Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Priority's first webinar of the new year, Priority ERP, the real game changer. The next 30 minutes, we're going to do our best to show you why now is the best time to think about ERP for your business. And you might be thinking about a first-time ERP implementation, or your business might be growing, and it's time to upgrade your current system. So here at Priority, we're hoping to give you some answers to both those questions. So let's get started. It's not advancing. There we go. Okay, so my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm on the left. I'm the managing director of Priority Software here in the US, and I'm here today with that handsome fellow on the right, my colleague Ron Rosenfeld, who is our VP of Sales and Operations. So we're going to spend a few moments with you to relay a couple of quick facts about Priority, and then Ron is going to take over and he'll provide a fresh, close-up look to the real benefits of ERP, specifically Priority. So there will be about a 30 to 40 minute demo followed by Q&A. So we're very pleased that we have an audience that hails from all over the US and Canada and South America. So welcome everyone. So we at Priority Software, we're a leading business management solutions provider. Specifically, we provide enterprise resource planning software, which is what ERP stands for. But we're more than just an ERP company. What we do is, and we do best, is to provide customizable and collaborative tools that companies use to monitor and improve their performance. And they also are able to increase productivity and efficiency and improve their agility and return on investment. So really that's what it's all about today, is improving ROI. So our aim is to offer an alternative to the heavy, cumbersome, and complex solutions from giant vendors such as SAP. Priority is sold in over 40 countries. And just a quick look at the numbers, we're in nearly 9,000 customers worldwide, and that represents about 300,000 users. So you can see that that's the total number of users that are using Priority on a daily basis. And out of those close to 9,000 customers, we have about 1,900 that use Priority in the cloud. We're finding that many customers, particularly small and medium enterprises, are choosing cloud, which we host on Amazon Web Services. And these numbers that represent about 18 million transactions every day, all done in Priority. So in today's short demo, we're going to catch a glimpse of what sets Priority apart from the competition. We've listed some of the highlights of Priority here, but if I had to single out just one, I would say that at Priority, we believe ERP should be easier, and that means easier to implement, to maintain, and to enhance. So we believe that users and admin people like yourself should be able to handle their own systems and minimize dependence on third-party vendors and consultants. So a little closer to home for us is that I'm happy to tell you about a little bit about Priority in the US. We've got hundreds of customers from coast to coast in manufacturing sectors and distribution, including things like chemicals, engineering, aerospace, pharma, and medical devices. We also have a large network of partners who market and sell Priority in their regions and also provide consulting services. We have 2 offices, headquarters in New Jersey and one in Reston, Virginia, where we are. And we have a full team of pre-sales, sales, and customer support personnel. And some exciting news is that we're growing quite a bit. We have, in January, we finished an acquisition of a company called Acclivity, and they develop Account Edge, which is a small business accounting software. And they have about 75,000 customers that have been added to the Priority community. So now I'm going to turn it over to Ron, who is going to provide a demo of the system, and we hope you like it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thanks again for joining us this afternoon, morning, depends where you are. On that part of the demo, I'm going to show the platform. I'm going to show priority to the one of you that see it for the first time, the one who already knows the system. I have limited time, and I'm trying to show a lot on the platform. So we're going to record this demo, and we can share it with you. We can also give some time later on for questions. You can use the chat to write any question that you have. We will gather those questions and try to answer it today. If not, we can also send an email later on with some answers, some more answers. We can definitely take from here other specific demos. So the ones that look at the platform and want to have a specific demo, so just feel free to contact us and we'll do so. Yeah, so that's a little bit of introduction. So as you can all see, this is Priority. And in order to enter the Priority system, I'm using a browser. So Priority is a cloud system that can be installed on our cloud, and we are using, as Dan mentioned before, an Amazon cloud, AWS, or it can be could be installed on premise, which means that you will have your own cloud. Anyway, your customers, your internal customers, your users will use browsers in order to log in. So I'm using Chrome, I'm using Internet Explorer, I can use Safari on Macs. We can use all of those to log in, and then based on my privileges, I will see my home screen as you can see it here. So let's talk about a little bit about what we see here and some of the technology that we have. So first of all, Priority is a multi-company installation, which means that if I have more than one legal entity, I can create it in the system, and then it will be a separate iteration on our SQL database. We use SQL mostly and some Oracle. Plus, we will have some consolidated reports that I can mention a little bit and show a little bit later. The other part is we are multi-language. So if you need some more languages to be installed on the system, we can provide those as well. We are also multi-year company, so you don't have like other ERPs maybe or accounting system to save a year and then open a new year. It's a multi-year company and installation, so the information just goes from one year to another. And we are multi-currency. So if you are doing businesses in many currencies, we will do the exchange rate and calculations for you. As you can see here, we are using HTML5 and other higher technologies. So it's very simple to log in and from different browsers. And I'll show some mobiles a little bit later. We worked on tablet, we work on iPads as well. Let's look a little bit about the modules that we have. As you can see, we have many modules available. It's an ERP, but we have some extras. And I'm going to spend just a little time to show you some of the modules that we have and some highlights over there. So we start with that. Financials. So not only that we have the account receivable, an account payable, general ledger, everything that goes along with invoices and receipts, etc. But we have some other extra module for you that will be part of the package. So we do budget control, for example, and we can do cost allocation, and some other like fixed assets, and some more. Sales. On a sales module, we have, of course, different type of prices and discounts, including price lists for customers. We have the sales orders that I will show some example a little bit later. We also deal with sales representatives, commissions, and all the reports that goes with that. CRM. We are an ERP, but we do have very high options on the CRM. So CRM, we can deal with leads and sales opportunities. We deal with tasks, with calendars, We synchronize emails from Gmail, from Outlook, from other servers. And we have, of course, a lot of reports that goes along with the CRM. On a purchasing module, we deal with the vendors, of course, and the purchase orders, but not only the purchase orders and the authorizations, but we can start much earlier with the vendor price lists, with a request for price quotations from your vendors, and entering those price quotations to see some historical figures and some comparison of vendor quotes. We also, of course, have an MRP mechanism. So if you're a manufacturer or distributor, we will do the material requirement planning for you. And based on your customer sales order, your forecast, your lead times, and much more, we'll calculate and we'll suggest the purchasing that has to be done, and we'll show it on the purchase requisition area where we have it here. So that's a little bit about our purchasing module. If we look at the inventory, so of course that we are dealing with parts. Just to give you some idea about the inventory capabilities that we have. So some organization will need serial numbers, which we can handle. If you need lot number, we do that. We do bill of material, and we'll do a lot of inventory transactions, sales inventory transactions that are shipments and returns, purchase inventory transaction, and a lot of internal inventory transactions, including assemblies that we can do within the package. On the project management module, so if an organization is a project oriented, we deal with the project, the planning versus actual, reporting to projects, and all the profitability of a project that will be at the revenue and profit reports. On the production module, we have the factory modeling where we'll be able to create the parts, the bill of material, the revisions, the operations, the routing, the work cell. All of those will help us to calculate the cost, of course. And then the MRP, the material requirement planning, will of course create for us the work orders in the system where your employees at the job, at the floor, can report production. On the MRP side, we have also Gantt for you, so you can see your planning on a Gantt. We're dealing with ECO, engineering change orders. We have a QA module. We have an MRB module. If we look at the customer service and support, so if an organization will be customer service and support oriented, we will provide, again, the serial numbers, but also the service call mechanism with assigning technicians, dealing with service contracts, and all the information related to a specific customer, service quality control, and much more, including a mobile apps for technicians. On the office management, we provide you with a full list of contacts. We have our own calendars that can synchronize with Google and Outlook calendars, reporting of hours, and library, which is an actually digital archive where you can host all of your documents, internal documents, including running versions and revisions over there, and privileges for each and every document. As promised, mail, we do synchronize with Outlook, with Gmail, and other servers. So all the emails that you will choose to upload and save in your ERP will be easily synchronized to the system. We have an HR module, so you can run on some areas, personal file and details, attaching documents, some courses of study, certifications, evaluations we have in the HR module. On the executive report, that I will spend some more time a little bit later, we provide you with a full BI system. BI stands for business intelligence, and we can provide you over 20 different dashboards that I will show. We have BI reports, and we have report generators where you can actually drag and drop and create unlimited number of reports. On the system management module, we'll provide you all the admin tools that you need to run the system on your own. So not only the users and privileges, but also generators where programmers, certified programmers can use our SDK to create forms, menus, reports, and the application, which is a fairly new module, our mobile application module. We have connectivity with APIs, so we can connect to other softwares and websites or systems that are using APIs. We have database interfaces where we allow a very simple data migration for each and every form at the system. So that's a little bit on our main modules. If we'll move forward a little bit, we'll see some other areas on the homepage. So we have a global search, an enterprise search that can be set in the system. This search area will help users to locate information within the database in a very easy way. So you can set up and determine which forms the system will look at while while searching for data, and type in any combination of letters in the string will find out directly in different forms of the system, at parts, at customers, at sales order, where you can go directly from here to open a specific form. So this is our global search that will help to go directly to find information. If you run the global search, you'll see also different results. We have different sales invoice, customers that have the combination, and so on and so forth. And this is the one of the links that I clicked. So the system found for me the result and took me directly to a specific form in the system. Okay. A little bit more on the homepage. So you can see the different tiles here. Eventually, each and every user use his own 5 to 10 forms or reports from the big menu here. It's very easy, if you are dealing with inventory, to just go to the area where you have the form that you are using on a daily basis, and then just right-click and add it to the homepage where it will be added over here. You can play around with the location, of course, or delete it if you need. What you'll get from here is, of course, a quick access. So clicking here will take you directly to the form that you are working, do whatever you need to do, and escape to go out. What you see here, the little numbers here, is another feature that we added recently, where you can see that you have under your name, your username, 33 of purchase orders, in this case, this type of record, waiting for you on the to-do list. So it's a quick link to your to-do list. Let's say that you need to authorize those purchase orders or to do other work with them. You have a quick access to this data. If you're working with our BI area and you're working with a lot of graphs and reports, you can also add today not only forms and reports, but also some of the BI's dashboards directly to your homepage. So for example, if I am dealing with open sales orders, I can easily add it to my homepage and then see on a daily basis the results over there, including sorting and searching by different parameters directly on the main screen. Obviously, when you're dealing with ERP, you go into details and you will look at of course, different procedures that we have. Priority system is so robust and very flexible, but of course that we can show and discuss some of the options in terms of the different processes. So, for example, I was using my favorite areas here, which is another area to keep my own favorite, to show you that I can have lead to cash. Those are forms within priority that you can use to do a simple process of lead to cash, starting with leads, then customers, sales opportunities, sending quote to customers, looking at sales orders, ship, invoice, and receipt. Same like procure to pay. All those forms are, of course, available in the different areas. But then you might have your own processes. We have many options to do detailed design and understand and discover what you need, and let you and show you the different options that we have in a very robust platform over here. We're going to go to one of the forms to show some of the abilities that we have in each and every form of priority. So I chose sales order as an example. Is a form that everyone is familiar with, of course. Everything starts with the sales order. And let me show you some of the abilities that we have. We're looking at a specific sales order right now, and the way that we are working in priority, we have a top level area, which is the sales order main information, including the different tabs over here, price and references, and if it's attached to a project, follow-up, and much more. And then we have sub-levels, like the order items, shipping address. We have an internal dialogue when we can write an internal things, of course. Some remarks that the customer will see on a printout. Later on, track invoices and receipt for this order. Attachment that we have like around the system in many places where you can just upload attachment directly to the system, to the cloud. But what I want to show you is some of the abilities over here. First of all, I can choose if to look at one order, or if I'm retrieving more than one. So maybe I want to change the display to a spreadsheet type of display. So instead of looking at one record, I will look at multi-record over here. And I can do it in every form in the system. What you can see here is a list of order. The reason you see a list of orders is because I have a query generator where I can do any type of query in the system, but also save up to 19 queries per user per form, and also determine which one of them will be my default one, which means that whenever I enter to the form, then the query will be operated automatically. As you see here to the right, I have 896 orders that instantly were retrieved when I entered the form. Colors that you see, we can determine colors that help and make it much more user-friendly by any type of field here and any type of condition. So that's what we have here in this example by an order status that show you different colors based on the status of an order. You can sort any type of list that you see in priority. Just click and sort. We can do that by date, by customer name, by any field that you see here. You can do some subtotals. So let's say that I want to see all the orders from year 18. I can sort easily on the form for year 18. Then the system will immediately show me 51 items, which means 51 sales orders. And if you look at the final price, if you want to right click here, you will see subtotals immediately, which will save you a lot on reporting. The system and every form here have a lot of fields and a lot of sub-levels. It's very easy to just go right click and design anything in the system. So designing your own fields, so as long as you have the privileges, of course, or as an admin, design it to a group by taking any field that you see here, changing the location, or hide it, or rename it. So we can do all of those on the field level. And if you look at the sub-levels, we can do the same. Right-click design, and we can design our sub-levels. So let's say that I want to see the attachment a little bit at the beginning. I can easily do that, or to hide any other sub-level that is not relevant to me. Nothing to do with the privileges. The privileges is a different level, of course. And here I have some more user-friendly system now with the sub-levels and fields that I'm looking at, working with, etc. Changing the display again, just to show you and new features that we added recently. So sometime when you're working on a specific sales order, purchase order, or invoice, you need to discuss some other users in the company and make some decision about a specific sales order or document. We added the chat option here when you can track these documents, and then every change to this document by any user, you'll be notified. But not only that, you have your own chat area where you can see all the documents that you are working on. And then over there, you can do several things. If you look at the specific documents that you are working at, you'll be able to do the following. Add users that will be part of this discussion, and right here, many different comments, as you can see here, in a chat, and chat about this document. Of course, until you don't need it anymore, and when you resolve the work, you can untrack this document. So this is a new feature, chat feature, that we added recently to Priority. We have some more generators. So we discussed the query generator where you can create any type of query. It's over here in our query generator. But we have also business rule generator. The business rule generator will let you add any type of business rule to any type of form. For example, as you can see here, one of the rules will show warnings to someone, or an error message, or even will send an email, send a text message, or open a task in CRM with some wording over here, including using internal fields from the record, putting some conditions, any type of condition, all the fields, all type of logic conditions, and determine if it's going to be a rule to myself or a specific user or group, or to all users or all companies. Any type of business rule in any form in the system can be applied here. We have data generator. Data generator will help you to write some information and record some information automatically based on other fields. For example, in every sales order, after entering the part number, put a quantity of 1, for example. And we have label generator, so we can print out labels and barcodes from any form in Priority system. What I also want to show you and share with you is our ability to work with spreadsheets. So any form in the system, whenever you look at the list and a specific list, you can use the icon to send it to a spreadsheet. Now, not only that you can send it regularly, but you can also save your own templates. You know, sometimes you send it to Excel and then you want to do some pivot table or some kind of calculation. You can save those templates, and then whatever you use something, you can save it and then refresh and send different data into that. Just to show you how quickly it is to send information to Excel, just clicking OK, and then you'll have the information for further analysis. One major tool that we have here, and we'll spend a minute or two to discuss, will be the BPM. BPM stands for Business Process Management. We have a BPM which actually help you to determine your workflow in each and every form at the system. So think about it that organization have its own workflow. Here, you can easily create statuses, name those statuses, and add it to your flow, including putting some arrows. But not only that. So here you'll determine how exactly your workflow going to work for you. But also, if you want to create unlimited rules on the statuses, on the arrows, you're welcome to do so. For example, what happened if the order is moved to a confirmed status? Create unlimited rules here, and you don't need to be a programmer to do so. And here is an example. Whenever the document reaches the status, or what about if the document remains in the status longer than few minutes, hours, days, we want the system to do something for you. For example, send an email, send a text message, assign it to someone else, or open a task in CRM. And here you can see that we can send to a specific email addresses, but also for a form column. For example, you do a customer shipment and you want to send the tracking number to the contact or the customer. You can do it automatically with this tool. Write whatever you want to appear on the email, add some internal fields, add some internal printouts as PDFs or any attachment that was attached to this document, and create some condition if you like. Do it only if the profit is too low, or the order, in this case, the order sum is over 10K. So you can create unlimited number of condition, and the system will help you to determine your workflow, but also to create automations, emails, warnings, etc., from every form in priority system. So that was the BPM. Let's talk a little bit about our help mechanism. To install and implement an ERP, it's not that easy. But what Dan was mentioning before, we want to make priority installation easier. So we have a lot of areas where you can use our help in the system, starting with any field of the system when you can simply click F1 and read help. You can also click on another option, Control F1, and then to read help on the entire form. If that's not enough, if you look at the menus, you can also look at any form of the system, right-click and try to go to an online help, where the system will take you to an FAQ online that is updated, of course, all the time, and then look at the FAQ and try to get your answer. We also provide you with other tools like SOPs, standard operating procedure, that can be downloaded from our customer zone. For example, one of them is open here. You'll be able to see an SOP of customer shipment. So how exactly it works in the system, including some links for you. So you can just download and read and see how it works in Priority software. If you want to download the full user guide, you can do it as well. And then you have an updated user guide where you can read on Priority interface and learn how to work with the system. A little bit on our reporting area and executive reports. In Priority system, we have over 1,500 ready-to-use reports that are spread in every menus that you will look at. Orders, sales order reports, some detailed reports, and then sales order reports. You have 15 reports here and other reports over there. And each and every report can be sent to a spreadsheet or a standard report. And you can also create your own type of reports and design those. All the reports in the system will give you hyperlink where you can see the information and then click on a specific order or a specific part to go directly to the records. So this is something that we have on our regular reports. But we'll provide you also with another layer of reports that you can see under the executive reports. We'll provide you, for example, with some dashboards. So look at the customer dashboard, for example. Clicking on the customer dashboard, you have another type of GUI that you can search a customer over here directly. You can save this link to managers on their desktop, of course. You can search the customer and then you see some financial information. You'll see some tasks, service calls, orders, quotes, projects, contacts, of course, and you can go directly from here to a record. Another example of dashboard, look at the sales manager dashboard, where the sales manager can see much more. So this is part of our BI, business intelligence report, as you can see here. You can sort by part, by family, by customer. You can do yearly, you can see graphs, you can see pies, and you can also edit those dashboards and see all the available web parts that can easily be drag and drop here and change the view and the dashboards. So those are the dashboards that we have. We also provide you with report generators. So let's say that the 1,500 reports are not enough. Fine. We have 20 or more report generators in every module. Look at the sales report generator, where you can create unlimited number of reports by easily click new here, drag and drop the fields that you would like to show on your report. Take the order number, take the parts, and so on, and then give the report a name over here, and also determine what will be the inputs and who can use it. Whenever you're done with that, you will have the reports that will be operated on a regular, like a regular report with double click, and then spreadsheet or a standard report like any other report in the system. If you look at the BI reports that we provide, you will see the option to do further analysis on the data in the system. Sorry, click the wrong one. Look at the invoice analysis, for example. We will provide you with a BI tool where you can choose to look at more than one company in a different years in order to compare. You can look at the entire year, or halves, or quarters, or month. Then you can determine if you want to see and what type of data you want to display, quantity, sum, profits, and so on. Then you can determine some other formats definitions. And then when you look at all the population of the report, it's very simple to click and sort by anything that you can see over here. For example, show me these numbers by my customers. Sort it. Go to graphs and pies. You can have your own management meetings and see all the information available for you with no need to install a different BI system, because we have everything here. Sort by customer. Look at the at one of the customers here. Then look at the part number he's buying, and keep on going. So that's a little bit about our reports generator. The last thing that I will try to show you is part of our mobile app, and it's a new feature that we have. And I will try to share my mobile device with you in order to show you our newest feature, mobile application, where you can create a mobile app to every form in Priority and make it available for your user on their Androids and iOS, with simply going to the App Store and downloading the Priority Master, then open the app and see your available apps. You can do a multi-company one. For example, over here, tasks and report of project hours. I will show you an example on the tasks. Clicking on my tasks, and based on my privileges, I can see a quick preview on my query, my default query, so the recent task or whatever I decided to see over there, or to create new tasks. So over here, choosing a date, assign it to myself or someone else in my company, choose a customer, and so on and so forth. This is one of our newest thing that we added to Priority, and it's available on the system management, on Generator, when we can create unlimited apps, publish it, and your user can easily use it. Thank you very much for the time to see the Priority demo. As of course, I realized if you have some questions, we'll look at the Q&A. We'll be more than happy to set up some more demos, specific demos with every customer that is interested, of course. Let me see if we can handle some of the Q&A. Thanks again. Okay, just want to make sure, and I'll ask Alon to join me. Do we have any questions for now?
I'm not seeing anyone now.
Okay.
Let's wait for a few more minutes.
All right. Okay, anyone that will have some question is more than welcome to email us or contact us, and then we will be able to answer those questions.
We have one question. Just a second. Oh, we have a few more questions.
Okay.
Can you open the question part of the dashboard? Do you have it? Not the chat?
Yeah, I'm not sure that I see all the questions, so if you can just tell me some of the question and I can address.
Chris Flanagan asked if we can show project creation, if we can present timesheets as well.
Okay. Okay, so quick show on the project area. This is a project. I'll try to retrieve a project in the system. Is a very robust module where we can have and create a project, get a unique number for a project, then run the statuses and the workflow as mentioned before. But not only that, create a project planning, and each step on the planning will have a quantity, a price, start date and end date, much more, and then bill of material for activity, which will calculate later on the cost of items and the resources in terms of human resource and time. All the calculation will be made here. The project is integrated and embedded in all of Priority Forms, so everything that will be reported, and I'll show the timesheet in a second. Everything that will be reported in the system will be part of the revenue and profit. We'll be able to see the total revenue, the cost, the profit, but also by actual revenue, projected revenue, actual cost, projected costs that are coming from different sources, purchase invoices, expenses in ledger, reported project hours, shipment to project, and much more. Just a little bit on the project. And in terms of reporting time to project, you'll be able to see that we have forms available for reporting that will can be designed, of course, in different methods, where a user can easily put a date in, choose the right employee. Of course, it's a multi-company one, so we can work on more than one company, see all the available projects, and automatically the part number on a specific employee will bring and inherit his own work order and cost from our 2 hour or just a total, some references, unit price will come automatically from the price list and so on. This is just an example, and again, can be designed really easy to make it much more simpler, or even use a mobile app to record those hours. More questions, Alon?
Yeah, Ian Walsh asked where you can find a video of Priority Online.
Video on Priority. All the videos of Priority will be at the YouTube channel, so you can look for Priority Software at our YouTube channel. You see some videos, and then we'll share this one as well.
And the last question from Joseph Karugu. He asked to please explain multi-level BOM in production model.
Yeah, so thank you for the question. Bill of material, BOM, whenever we deal with that in the system, we will be able to create more than one level, of course. I'll try to show an example where I will try to retrieve a part which is considered to be a make item. And over there, try to show a one that have multi-level over here. So you can see here that there is a computer, and he has his own part number and some routing that it goes through and a barcode and some other information. But underneath, you'll see the child part, which is the first level of bill of material. One of them is an R item, is a raw material, and one of them is a make item, which means that this item also have its own child parts. You can drill down very easily and then see the second level of the bill of material. Whenever we'll use the MRP to create a recommendation for purchasing or create work orders, of course that the MRP will create the work orders for all the levels of bill of materials. And then you can, of course, use the system to look at a different type of bill of material reports. It's very easy to search for reports. We have several of them. Let me show you the path under production, modeling, parts, part report. You can see several of them over here. Bill of material with multi-level. Any other questions, Alon?
Yeah, if you can demonstrate more on production model, giving some examples.
Yeah, I'll just go quick, of course, and we can take those for a specific one. Production module, as mentioned before, we will set up parts and we will set up operations, we will set up the routings, and we will set up the work cells. Whenever the MRP is working, the MRP will create for us work orders. So I'll try to show quickly an example of a work order. As you can see here, there is a work order that was created either automatically or manually in the system. The work order is to create this item in a specific quantity that was calculated, of course. And whenever the work order will be released, we'll be able to see the routing for the work order. So different step and stages that the work order have to go through. Also the kit list that need to be issued, different type of issues for kit, of course, manual one, bulk, etc. We'll be able to see the progress of reporting and some other information, attachment and remarks, instructions and so on that goes with the work order. We'll be able to show on the MRP area, we'll be able to show a Gantt with the planning and a lot of reports that goes with the planning, with the work cell loads and so on. Quickly to show the reporting area. So on the production, there is a reporting area, different types of forms to report information. I'm going to pull one of them just to show some reporting. Let me pull some of the reporting over here, and you'll be able to see each line is a reporting where the employee is entering the date, choose from the open work orders the work order that he's working on, or of course scan the barcode and do it automatically. Start time, end time, or just a total of span can be automated as well. The employee ID can be scanned or chosen from a list. The quantity completed, the operation on this reporting, the work cell, which is the machine or the department, the quantity rejected, the defect, reason. If you look down, some serial, if this item is maintained serials, or analysis report, where automatically the system will auto-populate, a different type of test that the employee will need to then fill in results. And this is part of our QA, of course. So that's a very, very quick view on our production, and we can take it for a specific one with anyone that wants.
Last question, does Priority work in multi-currencies?
Yeah, as mentioned at the beginning of this demo, we do work with multi-currencies. As you can see here, we are handling the exchange rate and exchange rate adjustment. So not only that Priority work with the two major currencies, which will be the main currency on the system and a second currency that will be translated automatically for you, could be the same US dollar, of course, or any other currency, but you can do two. But then every time that you do a transaction, a financial transaction with a different currency, we are maintaining the exchange rates and the currencies. We can do an automatic here. And then later on, we'll provide you with the exchange rate adjustment reports and actual recording of a journal entry that calculate the adjustments. Any more questions?
No, just that's it.
All right. Thank you very much for participating in our demo. We will be happy to show you some more. So if you want us to show some more, of course, please contact us and we'll be happy to work with you. Thank you very much.